Hello people, welcome back to the channel. It's me, Private Hire Mike. I'm in my car at the moment. I thought that I would create a video about the benefits of driving for Uber, the benefits of driving for these rideshare apps. There is a lot of negativity out there at the moment in terms of the pay that Uber gives drivers, and I'm quite here for you guys in terms of all of that. But in this video, I'm going to be talking about what are the benefits. The first benefit, and this is probably going to be one of the most obvious benefit, is definitely going to be the flexibility. The flexibility of this job is something what attracts so many drivers to it. Or rather, when you start working for Uber, that is the one thing that you think to yourself, wow, if I was to do another job, I wouldn't be able to be this flexible. I mean, even when you run your own business, to some degree, you have to be at certain places at certain times. Whereas with Uber, it's very flexible. If you just want to do a few hours here, a few hours there, you can literally just do that. The next benefit is earnings. So with Uber, you can pretty much say that it's unlimited earnings. It's not like a regular job where you just turn up and you have your set hours, and for example this week you know that you're only going to make 400 quid because you're working X amount of hours. With Uber, with the apps, to a degree, and I'll say to a degree, it's unlimited overtime, because you can pretty much do 8 hours and then you can be like, hey, do you know what, I'm going to do another 2 hours later on. Or, you know, if you want to be cheeky, you could even do the full driving time with Uber and then go on to Bolt. And I would never suggest that you do that. Always make sure that you take breaks when you're driving, guys. The next one is going to be meeting new people. So in this job, you probably do anywhere between 10 to 30 rides a day on average. And with those rides, you're meeting new people. Now, if you're someone like myself who's quite sociable, who likes talking with people, then this job is going to be great, because, you know, I've met, for example, actors, nurses, doctors, salespeople, TikTok influencers. I've done over 10,000 trips, so I've met a lot of people. It's a great way just to build up your social skills, which is a skill in itself, which can be transferred to other jobs. So meeting new people is definitely one of the benefits. The other one is going to be discovering new places. So in this job, you're going to discover London. If you're working in London, then you're going to discover pretty much all of London, providing that you take, you know, jobs that go anywhere, because I know some drivers like to set their area preference. But if you don't mind, you will go to different places. You know, I've found out about different cities outside of London through driving to them, different places in London that I never ever knew existed. Yeah, that is definitely a great benefit of driving for Uber or for the apps, is that you are going to just discover loads and loads of different places. The next one's going to be independence, be your own boss. You hear that a lot of times, be your own boss. Well, that's pretty much what it is. Right now, I'm driving, I'm going to the gym. The time is 10:52. What other job could I do that where I'd be like, do you know what, today I'm not going to come in till about 1, because before that, I'm going to go to the gym. With the apps, with Uber, you're literally your own boss. So you can determine when you turn up to work, when you leave work, how many hours you want, what jobs you do. It's literally all up to you. The next one is going to be instant pay. So as you know, with most of the apps now, you can literally cash out. So let's say, for example, today I've earned £150. I can literally cash out that money at the end of my shift, or even during my shift, if I really need that money. What other job do you know that you can do that, where you're like, hey, do you know what, I can't wait till the end of the month to get my money. Would you mind if I could take £200 out today? Most jobs would tell you to get lost. Whereas Uber, I think, and Bolt, maybe FREENOW are doing this too, correct me if I'm wrong, but you can literally just cash out when you want. And I think you're allowed up to like 4 or 5 cash outs a day. Pretty good. The next point is going to be that this job is more or less pretty easy to start up. You know, obviously you need to get a license from TfL, but then other than that, you know, you just sign up with Uber, you go and rent yourself a car, and you're pretty much good to go. Yeah, there is a bit of a learning curve with this job, in terms of you doing it the best way possible so that it's profitable, and I will talk about that in another video. The next one I'm going to say is safety. Safety from the app. So you know that when you're working with an app, there isn't anybody that's going to be like, hey, I want your money, because all the customers know that it's cashless. And The other thing as well is there's a rating system. So that is another great benefit with the apps and Uber driving, is that there is a rating system, so you can pretty much determine what kind of customer you're picking up, which I find great. Because, for example, again, in other jobs, and I'll give you another example, if you was, say, an electrician and you go to someone's house, you don't know if that person's a weirdo. They could be a weirdo. There's no real rating system. Whereas with Uber, when I'm going to my customer, I can see their rating, you know, and if it's in an area that I know might be a bit dodgy, put 2 and 2 together and be like, maybe I shouldn't do this job, right? Last but not least, you can literally be your own boss, drive when you want and meet new people. And, you know, the overall theme here is that you've got freedom, okay? So the money is not great, and I do understand that, guys. I know there's going to be people in the comment section that be like, but yeah, talk about the money. Yes, Uber could 100%, 200% pay us more money, especially with the cost of living, you know, especially with our expenses. I am gonna round up the video here, but thank you for watching this, guys. I thought I'd just upload this one just to have a bit of positivity, because I know out there in the rideshare community in the UK, especially in London, a lot of the drivers are complaining. Before you start your shift, just think about the benefits of the job. And I'm not by any means working for Uber to support them in the way that I've said, you know, oh, work for them, they're the best company in the world, or any of the apps. I'm just trying to say, as a driver, just shift your mindset slightly so that you can feel more positive on the shift. And with that being said, guys, thank you for watching the video. I hope it's helped. Drop a thumbs up, please, comment down below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done already, and I'll see you in another video from myself.